Hey guys, we are back and we're talking now about what happens whenever it compounds continuously. So another word for this is kind of daily, where it compounds every single day, just over and over and over again. And so we have a very specific rule for this. And this is where our favorite number, E, comes in. Okay, remember E is just a number like pi and it works kind of in a similar way. So where P is the principal, R is the annual rate, and A is the amount that we are looking for. Okay, so remember, our A is our end amount, P is our principal, rate is our percent as a decimal, and time is our time in years. So we're once again going to write this out: A, P, E, R, and T. A pert, like the shampoo that nobody uses anymore. I don't know if anybody would recognize that, but number 4 here, it says if Courtney wants to have $5,000 in an account after 12 years that earns 7% interest compounded continuously. And then, so if you read this word today, if you read, whenever you're working on the homework, good grief, I hate it when it does that. If you read continuously, you're like, oh, I got to use that one equation. Yeah, you got to use a PERT equation here. Okay? All right, so this is the equation that we're going to use if it ever compounds continuously. How much will she have to invest initially? So what we're going to do here is break this down. Courtney wants, that's my wants, that's my in. So that means that my A is going to be 5,000. If she wants 5,000 in an account after 12 years. So that's my time, 12 years. That earns 7% interest. So remember, we're going to move the decimal place. We're going to move that twice. So we're going to have my rate is 0.07. Compounded continuously, how much will she have to invest initially? So the initial investment, her starting point, that's what we're looking for. Now, what do I write here for the E? E is just E. It's always just going to be E. So that's just part of my equation. So now, let's write this out here. All right, so we're going to go, my A is 5,000. So that's my A equals, we're looking for my principal times my E times rate times time. Now my rate that I'm going to write here, my rate is 0.07 times my time, and my time is going to be 12 years. All right, now listen to me. To find what my principal is, I'm going to plug this piece into my calculator, okay? Because remember, with E, we can plug that in pretty easily, no pun intended. So we're going to take my E, we're going to go second ln, get E to the power. And we're going to plug in E to the power of 0.07. Remember, don't make the mistake I made in part 1 and just say 0.7. No, it's 0.07. 0.07 times 12. And so that gives me 2.31. And remember, we're just going to leave this in my calculator. Okay? So I'm just going to leave this in my calculator, and I'm just going to have principal times the answer that's in my calculator equals 5,000. And now all I'm going to do is divide both sides by my answer in my calculator, right? We know what it is. It's, we know what it is. It's 2 point something, but we don't want to write it out. We don't want to round until the end of the problem, so we're going to divide inside my calculator. So I'm going to go my amount divided by my answer here to see how much I have to initially invest. And so I'm going to go 5,000 divided by, and we just click up, hit enter to grab that last answer, hit enter again, and we get $2,158.55. That's how much I initially need to invest to be able to have $5,000 in 12 years. So let's write that out here. $2,158.55. That's going to be what my initial investment has to be. All right, next up, number 5. So number 5 says, how long would it take Courtney to have $2,500 if she invests $2,150? Okay, so let's first, this is the same problem. We know this because it's Courtney again. Courtney here, Courtney here. All right, so let's write out my A, P, E, R, T. And the reason I know it's continuous is because we're thinking about the same account, okay? The same type of account. All right, so let's see here. How long will it take Courtney to have $2,500 in her account if she invests? So our amount is $2,500. My principal is $2,150, and we're looking for the time. Now, how do I know my E? Well, we know it's the same type of problem because it's our problem up here was compounding continuously. And then what about my rate? Well, it shows me that my rate here is 0.07. Those don't change. We're still thinking about that same account. Okay? So now we can write out my equation. I can go 2,500 equals my principal, which is 2,150, times e to the power of my rate, which is 0.07, times my time. All right, now, whenever you write your equation out, pick apart what can I actually work out? What can I simplify? What can I get rid of? And remember what we're trying to solve for. In this case, I'm trying to solve for my t. So to get this part by itself, I'm going to start off by dividing both sides by 2,150, okay, to cancel that out. So we're going to get 2,500 divided by 2,150. So let's see here. 2,500 divided by 2,150 is 1.16, yada, yada, yada. Now, I'm going to leave that in my calculator, and I'm just going to leave that as 1.16, yada, yada, yada. Okay? Now, but we know that answer is stored inside my calculator. And that's going to be equal to e to the 0.07 times t. Now remember, t is up there in the corner this time, right? And so to solve it whenever it is as an exponent, we have to rewrite it as a logarithm, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go log base e. Now, what's another word for log base e? Another word for log base e is natural log. So I'm going to go natural log of 1.16 yada 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 equals 0.07t. Okay, so it goes back around here. Now, to get that t by itself, we're going to divide both sides by 0.07, and we're going to get t equals whatever this is. So we're going to go natural log of my last answer divided by 0.07, and whatever that is, that's going to be the time it takes for this to expand up. So let's see here. Let's pull up our calculator, and let's go natural log of our last answer, okay, and all of this is going to be divided by 0.07, and that's going to give me 2.15 years. Okay, so how long does it take? My time is going to be about 2.15. So what we can say is our answer, about 2.15. When I get more specific, it's 2.155. Round to the third decimal place, 2.155 years. And that's my answer there. Okay? All right, as always, please be sure to let me know if you have any questions. Hope this video has been of some help to you. Thanks, guys.